Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to Modern Weekly. This week on the docket, we got Mono Black Scam versus Domain Zoo. Now, Mono Black Scam happens to be a list here that is a little bit of a play off of the Rakdos Scam list, but of course just being Mono Black. And Domain Zoo, an aggro deck in the format that has proven itself to be one of the better aggro decks in Modern. See both players shuffling up here. Cards that we can expect to see here. Mono Black Scam, of course. You're looking at Grief, Thoughtseize, Not Dead After All. And being that it's a mono-colored deck, can take advantage of Urza's Saga. Domain Zoo, of course, you're looking at Tribal Flames, Territorial Kavu, Scion of Draco. Cards that take advantage of the domain subtext, making things cheaper. Alright, Adatha Triome. And a pass into a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, into Thoughtseize. Taking the Scion of Draco. Drawing for turn. Looks like we have an Arid Mesa. Cracking and fetching. Finding the steam vents, thus opening up full domain for the domain aggro player. Into Territorial Kavu, one of the strongest 2-drops in the format. A 5/5 with full domain. Into Mishra's Bauble there and cracking it. Drawing in their upkeep. Looks like we got a swamp for the scam player. Into Grief. Still one of the best cards in the format. Taking a Lightning Bolt. Tap Steam Vents for the domain player. Attacking for 5. Trigger on the stack. Discarding a Might of Alara, drawing. And looks like we have a Fatal Push. Untap, draw. Into Dauthi Voidwalker, which will get bolted. Flooded Strand and pass. Into another Dauthi Voidwalker. Oh, but there's the Leyline Binding. Taking the Voidwalker off the field. crack of the fetch here. Looks like to get another triome. Into a Scion of Draco, which of course only costs 2 mana when you have full domain. And gets hit with the Sheoldred's Edict here, making the domain player sacrifice the non-token creature. Into a Grief. And a Not Dead After All, taking both a Might of Alara and a Tribal Flames. Into Orcish Bowmasters. Big attack here, sending us to 18-6, passing of the turn. Another land into a Neshoba Brawler. Activation of Castle Lochthwain to draw a card for the Scam player. Into Urza's Saga. Animating the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, attacking with everything. And that should do it. Game 1 going to Mono Black Scam. Moving into sideboarding decisions. Probably see Domain bring in some better pieces in terms of removing some of the cards that are not as great in this matchup. I would say probably removing things like Might of Alara, Gaia's Might, bringing in cards that are more powerful and are better top decks in this situation when there's a good chance you're going to be going down to just top decking against the Mono Black Scam list. Mono Black Scam bringing in more removal for the creatures. Maybe an extra item or two for Urza's Saga to go fetch. Of course, we here at MTG Scoundrels thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you get the opportunity. We come out with new videos every Sunday, sometimes early Monday. Weekly Modern content here. And of course, in the description below you can find timestamps to move to future games in the match. So definitely check those out. Check out our last couple videos. We've had Merfolk versus Lannis food combo, Cascade Rhinos versus Rakdos scam. We appreciate showing some diversity of decks here on MTG Scoundrels. Looks like we are shuffling and making mulligan decisions. No, it looks like actually finishing up the sideboarding decisions there for the mono-black scam player. Oh, gotta love that. New sleeves are the best. Info about our players here. Jason's top rated a couple of RCQs, most recently with Lannis food combo. Jacob on mono black scam here has been a mainstay in the Magic community in the area. Known for some wild brews, but loves to break out Murktide as a deck as well. Has been on different variations of scam. All right. Moving into game 2 here. Looks like mono black scam's taking a mulligan. And looks like the domain zoo list keeping 7. Of course, here at MTG Scoundrels, we do appreciate all of the support you guys have given our first couple of videos. All right, looks like keeping 6. Domain aggro on the play, starting with a untapped Stomping Ground, going to 18, into DRC, into the Bauble, Surveil Trigger. Looks like keeping it on top. Bobbling the opponent. And drawing in the upkeep. A little bit of a different list here for Domain. Looks like they are land into Thoughtseize for mono black scam. Taking the Scion of Draco. Don't normally see Domain play the Dragon Range Channeler package. But it does have some card advantage options, or at least card selection. Looks like we got a Bolt to the face. Surveil Trigger. Keeping it on top. attacking for 1 here. Looks like just missing domain, but there is a fetch up, which could change that quickly. Orcish Bowmasters, the play for the mono-black scam player. Looks like choosing to deal the damage to the Domain Zoo player into a fetch for the Domain Zoo player here. Into Endotha Triome. Looks like we have Delirium online for the DRC. Arid Mesa, cracking it. Finding Steam Vents. Bring in full domain online. Updated score up to 14-13 here. Into another DRC. And Tribal Flames to the face. Oof. Double Surveil triggers. Attacking for 3. 13-6. Saga triggers after the draw. And looks like we'll be scooping it up, moving to game 3. Solid aggressive hand there. Mono Black Scam just didn't have the right amount of hand attack in that situation. Also got stuck on lands a little bit. So that brings us to 1-1. Mono Black Scam, taking a mulligan. And Looks like we have a keep for the domain player. Scam deciding what it's going to put back, keeping 6. And off we go. Alright, land and pass. Tough position here. Looks like we got a land and go. Swamp for the scam player. Into into Augur of Skulls. Augur of Skulls, a fun include here. You can regenerate it, and also you can sack it to make your opponent discard 2 cards. Something Scam, of course, is looking to do. Hard to beat you if they have nothing to play. Looks like we fetched for an Untitled Triome here. Untapping and drawing. Another Triome. Looks like that's Rogren Triumph specifically. Looks like passing end of turn here, sacking the Augur of Skulls. Looks like dumping a Brawler in a Roiling Vortex. Looks like we have a Grief, dumping a Liliana of the Veil. Taking a Bone Crusher Giant. Not a bad little piece of removal in this matchup. But then we have a Not Dead After All. Taking the DRC. Grief doing its thing here. Still one of the best cards in the format. Territorial Kavu into Mishra's Bauble for the domain player. Cracking, looking at the top card. And drawing in the upkeep. And there's the Liliana of the Veil. At one point was one of the strongest cards in the format, famous for being in Jundless. Looks like taking it down to get rid of the Kavu here. Binding, targeting the Liliana of the Veil. Taking 2 off the untapped Overgrown Tomb into a Neshoba Brawler. Interesting spot. Ooh, looks like we have a Shadow Spear. Like that. Domain Zoo taking 5 and Mono Black Scam going up to 25. Alright. Another Territorial Kavu attacking with a Brawler. Putting us 20 to 8. Urza's Saga for the Mono Black Scam player. Attacking for 5 again. Domain Zoo going to 3. That attack with the Brawler there may prove costly. Misty Rainforest. Oh, looks like we got a Chalice on 1. Would have been a little bit better earlier here, but turns off Thoughtseize effects. Oh, there's the Dothy Voidwalker. With Shadow essentially having unblockable. Got a double block on the attack in from the Grief, thanks to its menace. Wicked Roll token dealing 1 damage to the Domain Zoo player. Looks like choosing to kill the Neshoba Brawler. Untapping. Key spot. Yep, doesn't look like it was the right draw. Sign of Draco. Activating Urza's Saga here, making a token. Making another token off the Urza's Saga, and then searching for an artifact that costs 1 or 0. Finding the rack. And that'll do it. Yep. Can't block the Dothy Voidwalker, scooping it up. That's 2 games there for the Mono Black Scam player. Taking down the match. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week as we have another match here, highlighting the modern format. Please like and subscribe. And definitely check out some of our past videos, as mentioned earlier, between Merfolk and Lannis combo, as well as Cascade Rhinos versus Rakdos Scam. We have been MTG Scoundrels here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.